So for this video, I'm going to show you how to download a program called Inkscape and show you some of the tools that are available inside of Inkscape. The reason why we're learning how to use this program because it uses a type of art called vector, and what that means is that we can stretch out anything inside of this image and it won't be distorted. The image won't have any pixels to it. Vector doesn't use pixels like traditional images that we might see on the internet. So this program could come in handy if we're trying to design something like a logo that needs to be scaled up or scaled down without being distorted. For this project, we're just going to trace our name. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing we want to do is go down to the bottom left of our computer where it says search, and we're going to type in Software Center. In the search field on the top right, we're going to type in Inkscape and then enter. Now I already have it installed, so it's not showing up inside of my search. If I click over here where it says installation status, you can see that I already have it installed. If you're opening Inkscape for the first time, you might get this window on your screen. You can just click on save. If you're opening Inkscape for the first time, change these quick settings to these and click on save. This might be the next window that pops up. Just click on thanks. And if a window popped up automatically, you might have to go here to the top left where it says file, and we're going to create new from template. I'm going to click here where it says blank page. Page size, I'm going to scroll down to where it says letter. Page orientation, I want to make sure that says horizontal, and create from template. So since some of you have touchscreens, if you need to scoot around your page, you could just use 2 fingers on your screen or on your trackpad if you want to scoot around your canvas. Next step, we want to go over here to the left hand side, find our text tool. It's going to have the letter A with a green vertical line next to it. Click on that, and you're going to click inside your canvas. You're going to type your first name, first letter of your last name in all caps. And then you can click off. Then you have to go to the top left of your screen, click on the arrow, click on your text, hold down Control, grab a corner, and drag away from the opposite corner. Normally in other programs it's Shift, click and drag. In this program it's Control, click, and drag. So try to make your name go from one side of this blank piece of paper to the right side. If we need to zoom in, inside Inkscape it's Shift plus or Shift minus. You can also pinch to zoom if you have your touchscreen or your trackpad. So with our name selected, we're going to go over here to the top left where it says filters. Click on that. After you click on filters, scroll down to where it says fill and transparency. Click on where it says opacity, and the original number would be set to 1. You just want to change it to 0.5. Click on apply, and then you can close this window. We need to get our layers window to pop up over here on the right hand side. So we're going to click here where it says layer. Click on the first option where it says layers and objects. Then you're going to get this window that pops up. So you could always collapse it by clicking on these 3 dots. Click it again to open it up. So we could double click here where it says text and just type your name so that we know that this is the original text, and then we can lock it. Then what we're going to do is we're just going to trace these letters just so we could get used to some of the tools here inside of Inkscape. So I'm going to zoom in, again Shift plus. You could use these scroll bars or you could use your fingers on your screen. So we're going to look for this pen tool here, or you could tap the letter B. On these straight lines, I could just click on a corner and let go, and go to the other corner, click and let go. I'm going to move down until this straight line starts to curve. I'm going to click there. In order to get a curved line, I need to left click on the bottom left corner of my trackpad and drag. So one way to do that could be using your left finger on your left hand, clicking on the bottom left corner and keep it clicked, and then with your right finger on your right hand, drag. So it's clicked, and then I'm going to drag with my opposite finger on my opposite hand on my trackpad to get this curve. So this line is a curved line. Let's go ahead and zoom in to get a better view. So I'm trying to trace the outside of this text as best as possible. I could always go back and edit this. It looks like this kind of goes inside of the letter a little bit. We just want to trace this as best as possible. There's a curve here. So this is not a straight line. I need to click and then drag. So left click on your trackpad and drag best as possible. This doesn't have to be that curved. Click and let go. This is a straight line, so I'm just going to let go. I don't have to click and drag. And then this is a curve here. I could just go straight across. Click and drag so that this red line matches with the outline of this first letter. This curve looks like it might work. I just need to move my mouse. I'm not clicking or dragging anything. This next curve is created automatically just by moving my mouse around. I'm going to lay this right here. Now I have a straight line, so now I need to click and drag to get that curve back here in this first letter. And then one more time, just because I have a small curve there, I'm going to scroll up. I could probably zoom out, so Shift minus sign. and then I need to go back to where I started, so the original square. I'm gonna scroll down, I'm gonna zoom in on this part here of the bottom of the J, see if I can fix that. So one way I could fix this is by clicking on this edit paths by nodes, click on it, and then see if I could drag it out. And then I could probably adjust this handle here. I just want to make sure I didn't distort anything over here. I could probably expand this one by moving outward from this handle. Maybe scoot this down. You can also insert nodes. So on the top left, you can click on a plus sign, click anywhere in order to adjust a line. So I'll go ahead and do that. So I clicked on this plus sign here, add nodes. And now I could get a smoother curve by dragging these handles away from the squares. In order to smooth out some of these edges, you want to figure out which of these circles are connected to these squares and move outward or inward depending on the curve you're trying to make. So this is the first letter. I would like you to do that for all the letters in your name. Let's say you get to a shape that looks like this, that has a hole in the middle. What you could do is grab your pen tool. If you want your lines to snap to a straight line, you can hold down Control while you move your mouse. And if it's a straight line, it'll snap. If you need to let go of Control, go ahead and let go. But if you got a straight line, you can hold down Control and it'll snap. I'm gonna let go here, click and let go, click and let go, click and let go, click and let go, and go back to where I started. So this gets filled in, and I could go back over here to my layers. Remember, we could open and close our layers over here on the right hand side, and I could double click on this path. I could give it a name, outer A, and I could hide it. I'm gonna click off. So I'm gonna go back to this arrow tool, and I want to trace this inside. So back to my pen tool, I'm going to outline this triangle, and instead of black, I want to change it to white. So while I have that shape selected, I'm going to go down here to these colors, select white, and this layer is on top of my outer A. So when I turn my outer A back on, it'll be filled instead of being filled in. So let's say I have a shape like this that's curved and straight, similar to the J. I'm going to grab my pen tool, I'm going to click, and then stop until it starts to curve. I'm gonna let go. Let me zoom in. I'm gonna click and drag. So left click and drag. Click and drag. Click. Click and drag. And then I have this sharp curve here. So what I could do is I could continue and I'll come back and fix this. Let's keep going. Straight line. Corner and let go, 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 and then go back to where I started. So this gets filled in. I'm going to turn it black so we can see it easier. While I have my R selected, I'm going to go here to the top left and click on Edit Paths on Nodes, and I want to turn this into a corner. So while it's selected, I'm going to go here to the top left where it says Make Selected Nodes Corner, and now I could drag these handles individually to straighten that out and to keep this curve. Now, same thing that we did for the A is I could go over here to my layers. If it's closed, click on those three dots to open it up. Double click to give it a name, so I could put outer R, and I'm going to hide it. Grab my pen tool, draw the inside of this R, click, let go, and then stop and click until it starts to curve. So I could always clean this up. Remember, I could always go here to Edit Paths on Nodes. If something about this shape doesn't look right, I could always add. So I click there and it'll add a node that I could adjust by clicking and dragging out these circles from the squares. And remember, this is the inside of the R, so this needs to be white. I could give that a name in case I get confused later. I want to leave this on, turn the outer R back on, and then click off. You can change these letters to any colors you want. I'm going to hold down Control minus to zoom out. So the last thing you want to do before you send this to me is let's go over to our layers. So you're looking for the three dots over here on the right hand side. If you don't see the three dots, you're going to have to go over here where it says layer in the top left and click on layers and objects. I have the three dots, so I'm going to click on that. We're going to click on this drop down menu. I'm going to find where I typed my name out. I'm going to go ahead and hide that. And I'm going to have you send this to me as an SVG. But first, let's save this a file in case anything happens to it. So let's go here to the top left where it says File. We're going to click on Save As. We want to save this as an SVG. I'm going to click here where it says OneDrive. with our school district here. Then I'm going to click on Documents. Make sure whatever files you're going inside of, you see the cloud. That means it's going to be saved on the cloud. I'm going to click here on Documents. I'm going to click on the year that we're currently in. If you need to make a new folder, maybe you haven't made a folder, you could go here to the top right where it says create a new folder and make a folder for this year. Then I'm going to go to this period. If you want to make folders for each period, you could create a new folder here. And then we're going to create a name for this project. So I'm going to click here where it says create new folder. And we're going to call this name tag. We still have to go inside that folder, so let's double click. And let's call this project your first name, first letter of your last name, the name of the project, and then the period you have in class. So make sure you're putting the period that you have in class, click on save. That file is going to go inside the folder that you created for this project, and that's going to be the same file that you attach for this project. So if you have any questions of how to download Inkscape, how to use some of the tools inside of Inkscape, how to create corners for some of these lines inside of Inkscape, go ahead and let me know.
Thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. And feel free to watch any of the other related videos.